that followed the submission of my report allowed Alhaji Muhammad Hatidini to go and contest, and the same discussions encouraged Saraki and Auram Bauchi, the governor of Bauchi, to continue to work together towards a consensus.
We maintain that our aspirants are qualified to occupy the Nigerian presidency under the banner and under the PDP banner, and we shall continue to support, promote, and campaign and win the presidency by the candidate produced by a national convention scheduled for 28th May to 29th May 2022.
Disunity within the Elders Council, endorsements and counter-endorsements. That is the situation in PDP's journey to consensus candidate within the Northern Bloc. 30% affirmative action. Parties give considerations to women despite the beautiful offers from the male politicians. Can the women make a good mark in the 2023 elections? APC women are optimistic of wrestling power with the men. But how possible could that be? We will get to know their tactics as the woman leader of the APC, Beta Edu, is already on the wings. So stay back. My name is Mie Okedi. The controversy generated by the emergence of the former president of the Senate, Bukola Saraki, and the governor of Bauchi State, Senator Bala Mohammed, as their PDP consensus candidates for the North is not over yet, as PDP stakeholders from 19 northern states and the Federal Capital Territory distance themselves from the said agreement.
It was a closed-door meeting of the PDP stakeholders from the 19 northern states and the FCT. Former governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido, at the end of the meeting, maintains that all PDP presidential aspirants are qualified to aspire for any position, but delegates will decide who flies the party's ticket during the primaries.
We maintain that our aspirants are qualified to occupy the Nigerian presidency under the banner and under the PDP banner, and we shall continue to support, promote, and campaign and win the presidency by the candidate produced by a national convention scheduled for 28th May to 29th May 2022. We appeal to all aspirants to be more temperate in their utterances and work to promote harmony and better understanding within the PDP family. The aspirants have informed us that they are discussing among themselves. They are consulting other senior citizens in order to create a better understanding and unity among themselves. Their ultimate objective is to build a national consensus that will produce a national candidate for the party. We urge them to keep up with this commendable effort.
The communique signed by former Vice-Chancellor of the Ahmadu Bello University, Professor Ango Abdullahi, had last week noted that PDP leaders from the North have shortlisted former President of the Senate, Dr. Bukola Saraki, and Governor of Bauchi State, Bala Mohammed, as their consensus candidates for the party's primaries.
Still within the PDP family, 250 female aspirants, including one presidential aspirant, are vying for various elective offices on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the 2023 general elections. As the date for the party primaries gets closer, the national women leader of the party is interacting with all female aspirants to secure enviable elective positions in the general elections through cooperation.
Esther Paul Gindiri is among the 250 female aspirants on the PDP platform participating at this interactive meeting holding at the National Secretariat of the party in Abuja. Contesting elective office in the forthcoming 2023 elections will make it her fifth time in running for elections in the present political dispensation.
I'm still pushing. I believe this time around, the men themselves, in fact, most of my constituents are weeping a lot of sympathy on the fact that I should be given an opportunity. Yes, she has tried 4 times. This is the 5th time. Maybe she actually has something she can offer. So I think I might be able to make it this time around.
I know I'm going to emerge.
PDP National Woman Leader Professor Stella Efa Atto noted that this interactive meeting is to acquaint aspirants with the details of the primary election scheduled for May this year.
We want to identify at the end of the day how many women
will come out as candidates for the various positions after the primaries in May.
Past national woman leaders enjoined the aspirants to work in synergy with party members from the ward to the state level in their efforts to clinch the party's ticket during the primary election.
The women in APC are not also resting on their oars, as the National Working Committee of the APC says women remain strategic partners in their task to positively changing the narrative in the country. Newly elected women leaders of the party have commenced strategic planning in this regard.
The new leadership of the APC has identified women as a critical organ and is showing willingness to harness numerical strength of women to encourage their participation in politics. Strategic engagement with frontline women politicians such as these is the planning process towards the objective.
Women are determined to work with one another. Women are determined to support one another, to support our brand new national woman leader as she struggles with all the strategic partners.
This is a program where we are charging women to go and begin the door-to-door mobilization for voters registration, which would be ending in June. Beyond that, we'll also go ahead in future times to carry out the door-to-door mobilization.
We have the zonal and the state women leaders here who will take the message back to the grassroots and then implement what they have taken from here back to the grassroots, and it's going to go back to the ward and then the unit levels.
To the participants, the event is timely and worthy.
APC has strategically planned how it's going to carry the women right from the bottom to the top.
This training is preparing us towards a progression.
We're going to educate them on how to call women to come and register for their voters card.
All zonal and the 36 state women leaders, including FCT, attended the meeting.
Okay, the woman that has commenced the door-to-door mobilization in the APC, the brand woman leader, doctor, she is a medical doctor, Dr. Betta Edo, is joining me live in the studio. You are welcome to Political Update.
Thank you very much for having me.
It seems you are starting this door-to-door mobilization with a man, probably. That is on a lighter note. How prepared are you mobilizing the women for the 2023 elections so that you guys can have a strategic place in the political environment?
I think one of the very beautiful things that happened to APC this year was the fact that the women were able to come together in a national conference to speak with one voice, saying this is the course we want to chart and this is the way we need to go. And this has been met with a lot of support from the very elderly women to the middle age, the young women, all across the country in our party. So first, we started by increasing the number of women registered in our party, and it's a deliberate action at all levels. Secondly, we have been working assiduously to ensure that these women that are registered in the party are actually registered with INEC, and they are able to vote, because it's useless or it's not as useful, right, that you're just a woman and you're not able to really exercise your right to vote. It's very important for us to get it right, and we are doing the door-to-door mobilization for that registration. We are actually empowering and really mobilizing women across all the 6 geopolitical zones. Last 3 weeks we were at Ogun State, where we had over 10,000 women at the stadium. They were being empowered. The governor of Ogun and his wife, working with the minister for women affairs, were all there at the stadium. They were being empowered. Monies were sent to them, and at the same time we gave them that charge. First, you should support female aspirants, and then secondly, you should come out en masse, vote, follow your vote, protect it until it's announced.
Okay, talk of empowerment, because women, especially in PDP and APC, they need a lot of empowerment, because the form is for guys with deep pockets. We were told that women will get their form free, but the release from your party is that you guys, the women should buy the expression of interest form. And if, for instance, you have any female that is going for that presidential seat, the expression of interest form is 30 million naira, while nomination is 70 million. Are they really empowered to go for that?
Yes, they are. First and foremost, right, the expression of interest form is not the form. You're just expressing that I'm interested in going
and
for
that
this.
Goes to 30 million naira.
So even if you buy the expression of interest and you don't buy the real form, right, you cannot be said to be an aspirant for that position. Now, the actual form that qualifies you to be an aspirant for that position is completely free for women, right? And of course, if you look at the publication that has been made, the one for House of Assembly, the women instead of paying 1.5 million would pay nothing for it. Of course, the one which is for the House of Reps, instead of 9 million, they'll pay nothing for it. Same with Senate, same with governorship, same with the presidential form. Expression of interest just shows that commitment that you're ready to run. And we are devising many other strategies to ensure that more female aspirants run. As we speak to you, we are also supporting female aspirants to even come all out for these elections, from the level of form picking to delegates to training, capacity building, all the way down to the main primary selection that will deliver those female aspirants as candidates. Okay,
we know the monthly allowance for a president by all standard is just 2.5 million naira. And if, for instance, one is taking 100 million naira to buy a form, and if he coincidentally he wins, it means you recover that 100 million naira in about 40 months. And since after the publication, the announcement about the forms by your party, you have been getting reactions. Are you comfortable with the price? Is that not a way of defranchising some people in your party, especially the youth?
I think it's more of a way of making it a collective effort rather than a personal effort. So I believe that if you're running for the presidency of Nigeria, you should have at least 100 people that can come out and say, I believe in you. I believe in what you want to do, right? And I can give you 1 million naira. Just 1 million naira.
Fundraising kind of.
100 persons come out and say, I believe in you, you have the capacity, you will be able to lead us, you'll be able to lead this country. I want to be part of that success story. I want to be able to hold you accountable for doing or not doing what you said. And they put in 1 million, just 1 million on the table, right? Of course, if you're going for governorship, it's way less. And then, of course, if you're going for House of Assembly, it's about 2 million naira if you're not a woman. If you're a woman, you just pay 500 naira for the expression of interest. The forms are completely free. So you will tell me that as a woman running for a House of Assembly position, you cannot get even 10 friends that can give you 50,000 naira to buy an expression of interest form, then of course you don't have that love and support of the people. We want it to be a collective effort beyond that individual.
It's quite interesting. I wish wishes were horses. Anyway, I just pray that all the parties remain intact till 2023 elections. But report just reaching us says a faction of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, led by Edozie Njoko, is urging the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to recognize the executives that emerged from the Owerri Convention of May 31st, 2019, which produced Edozie Njoko as APGA National Chairman. This was part of resolutions of the Factional National Working Committee meeting in Abuja. Let's hear from Timothy Yusuf.
This faction of APGA, led by Edozie Njoko, explains that the meeting followed the High Court ruling in his favor.
There were two rulings. The ruling says, one, the court affirmed the Owerri Convention of May 31st, 2019 as the authentic convention.
The factional APGA National Chairman Edozie Njoko said in the spirit of genuine reconciliation, the party executives of Kwara, Kogi, Lagos, Oyo, Delta, Anambra, Imo, Enugu, Abia, and Ebonyi states stand dissolved.
We're trying to build the party. We can't come out and start telling you X, Y, Z. Let's just take it that all we have said is from the meeting that we've had, these areas have been resolved. And we are going around begging our people who are in those positions to please, some of you step down, everybody come elect Africa moving forward.
He disclosed that an ad hoc committee is already set up to formulate strategies to ensure that APGA sweeps the 2023 general elections across the Federation.
The woman leader of a party that is boasting of more than 40 million members, that is the APC, is still with me in the studio. So let's hear from you. Is any of your women contesting for president?
Well, at the end of, I'm sure you know very well that the forms just went out today.
Yeah.
And in fact, while I was leaving the secretariat, I had lots of women coming to my office today. They had already registered before this time to say, we're picking up the forms for the Senate. I've paid my expression of interest form already. I think women were really majority today because they had really $0 to pay for the forms, so they were everywhere. We've paid already for the expression of interest, and we're here to pick up our forms both for the Senate, for different positions across line, right? It is at the end of that collation that we can now know, do we have a candidate, an aspirant for the seat of a president? Do we have an aspirant for, how many aspirants do we have for Senate? How many do we have for reps? How many do we have for House of Assembly? But what we're doing right now is to sensitize them and prep them up to come up and run. And really, really have that confidence that they need to run. That's what we're working on right now. Already we have one woman who had indicated, or who is indicating interest that she would run for the seat of the president. We have, I think, about 5 women that have indicated interest that they will be running for the governorship positions. These are the ones that are known to me. And you know, as the days go by, we'll still have more coming to the ring to ensure that we have better female representation across board.
Okay, just a few days back, the First Lady, Aisha Buhari, hosted some presidential aspirants, both from PDP and APC. And I guess you were also in that meeting. Yeah. And one of her requests was calling on the male presidential aspirants to have female as vice. Why going for vice?
Well, if you listen to her full speech, I think they just picked up one line from that speech. First, she said she would support and work to see that we have more females at different levels. So from top to bottom, she gave that assurance, and she assured women. And she called on all parties to actually go out and work for women aspirants to become candidates and party flag bearers at different levels. And then she concluded by saying that even at the level of the presidency, they can also consider a female vice president, which would be history making for Nigeria. We've never had a female vice president before. We've never had a female president before. In other countries in Africa, of course, we've had in Liberia, where we had a woman as president. We've had several other African countries produce women as presidents. We've had other African countries that have produced women as vice presidents. And so we as the giant of Africa should begin to walk boldly towards empowering women, mainstreaming them, and giving them the right seat at the table.
Okay, you are from the South, I guess, and that is not a too good area for the APC in terms of the presence. What efforts are you making, especially to ensure that you gain more grounds in the South in 2023?
So we're already beginning to do a lot of work in the South, and we believe that with the governor, we have a governor in the South who is the leader of the zone, and definitely we have all.
Ben Ayade, I guess.
Yes, Governor Ben Ayade. He is the governor in APC. He's from the South, and then we have other very strong politicians, very strong key stakeholders in our party that are from the South. Names too many to mention, ministers, former governors, name it. They're all members of our party. We are all coming together, putting our forces together in a concerted effort to see how we can win more states, if not all the states, in the South. It's a deliberate action. The party is working through it, through the leadership of Senator Ablai Adamu, who is doing a lot of work on the South-South presently. In fact, I left a meeting where he was consulting with some of the leaders of the South-South zone to see how we can increase party participation from that zone and then be able to deliver more governors across board in the South-South. I think we'll do this.
You know, being in charge of women in a political party is quite a difficult one, because some men, even managing one at home is a huge task. So how are you managing these women? Because it's not easy. How are you trying to bring all of them together?
I think women are very wonderful and dynamic people, and they are very, 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 they have this high level of acceptability, right? Once you tell a woman or you bring to fore the front burner, her capacity, her ability to become something great from where she is, she becomes very, very, very connected to you. And that's the method we're using right now. We're connecting women. We're speaking with one voice. We're bringing out an agenda that empowers them financially, empowers them politically, empowers them otherwise. We have a three levels of agenda, right? The first one is politics, leadership, and governance. The second one is financial empowerment. And then the final one is welfareism, right? And we're looking at it holistically. How many seats? We started from the point of getting forms free for women, which would give more women that chance to run. And I'm very excited with what I'm seeing today at the party secretariat. Lots of women are coming in, really just coming to pick up their forms because they have paid for the interest. The forms are free. They're coming in to pick it up. This is what I really wanted to see. And indeed, the entire National Working Committee led by Senator Abdullahi Adamu wanted to see female participation increased. That's number one. Secondly, we're following them up to see that from aspirants they can become candidates. Yeah. And then from candidates, they can go to the polls and win the election. So all of that support will be provided by the party through the women's wing. Now, beyond politics, we are looking into other critical issues that concern women. How many women get employment when employments are being released? How many women get contracts when contracts are being released? How many women get into political appointments, positions when those positions come up? Board appointments, name it, State House, MDAs, even in the Federal Executive Council. How many women do we have, and how can we increase women participations at this level? Now to the issue of financial empowerment. We are doing a lot of work on it. First, we have connected with different MDAs and private sector. We'll be working with cooperatives from the polling unit level all the way to the national to see that we provide little grants and loans to women. I told you we're at an event in Ogun where there was a collaboration between the Federal Ministry of Health, the government of Ogun State, the party, and then the World Bank to see that women receive loans and grants to start up business. The governor of Ogun State empowered women, bought vehicles for them, bought different kind of equipment for them just to empower them. These are the financial empowerments we're talking about. If you empower a woman as a party, then forget it. She should go to the polls, mobilize, and ensure that you win at all costs.
Thank you very much, woman leader. You talk like more of a politician than medical doctor. Sometimes but it's quite having you on a political update. I think that's what you can take. Hope to invite you some other time.
Sure.
I've been talking with the national women leader of the APC, Dr. Betta Edo. But before we go, let me tell you that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says it has not suspended continuous voters registration, continuous voters registration in some parts of Imo State following the attack on its staff, which led to the killing of even one. On that note, we end today's edition. Please do join us again on Friday with another refreshing package. My name is Mie Okede.